Eligibility for old age security. OAS is based upon the number of years you've lived in Canada, and you must be a citizen or a legal resident. You must be a citizen or a legal resident. There are three different numbers that you need to know. So 40 years is the maximum. 40 years is the maximum. Once you've lived in Canada for 40 years, you have maxed out your OAS. 10 years is the minimum. If you've lived in Canada for less than 10 years, you cannot get old age security, even proportionally. 20 years is the minimum if you leave Canada in retirement. What do I mean by that? So if you're 67 and you decide to move to Mexico, we're not talking about a vacation, we're not talking about snowbirding there. You decide to move to Mexico or to the United States or somewhere else. If you've lived in Canada for 25 years and you move to Mexico, you will continue to get your OAS. If you have not, if you've lived in Canada for 15 years, 6 months after you leave, you cease getting your OAS. So again, if you're snowbirding, you're fine. You're still considered resident of Canada. But if you move permanently out of Canada after 65, if you have 25 years, if you have 20 years here, you can continue collecting. If you do not, then it is cut off. Finally, this is only between the ages of 18 and 65. So if you lived here from age 10 till age 25, you have only lived here for 7 years because it only starts counting at 18. If you live here past 65, again, it stops counting. Okay, so let's consider a question. You've gotten an individual, so the OAS maximum is $600. You've got an individual who grew up in Canada and they lived here from when they were born, and they left Canada at age 22. They loved it so much that they moved back here when they were 55. And they lived here from age 55 until they turned 70 years old, and then they left again. They're like, I love Canada, but this winter weather, what the heck is up with that? I'm out of here. I'm getting too old for this winter. So how much OAS will they get? So that's question one, at age 65. And will they continue after they leave? Okay, so we need to figure out how many years they've been here for. So they've been here since they were born until they were 22. So you might say that's 22 years, but remember, it only starts counting at 18. So that's 4 years. So you look here and you might say, hey, they were here another 15 years. No, because it stops counting at 65. So they have been here for 14 years. So are they eligible for something? They've met the 10-year threshold. It's proportional, so it's always just divide by the maximum and then divide by the maximum years, which is 40, and then multiply by the maximum benefit. So this individual would receive $210. Does that make sense? They've been here for under half the years and they're getting under half the benefit. So that's question one. At age 65, how much are they going to get? they are going to get $200. So what about question 2? Will they continue to receive it after they leave? They have not met the 20-year threshold. No, because they've lived here for less than 20 years. So they would collect it as long as they're living in Canada. Once they move, they get it for another 6 months, and then they cease to collect it. They can return again at a later point in time and start collecting again.